One of the biggest cliches in football is it's a game of two halves. Now, Manchester United versus Brentford was certainly that. There was controversy with their goal when Brentford went 1-0 up. Matthias de Ligt went off with an injury, and we had to play with 10 men to Nate scored. And in the second half, it was just a completely different situation, wasn't it? And I'm joined by my mustard brother.
Yes. It was an interesting one today. There was a lot of frustration in the build-up. We were talking about Ten Hag, and how this might be one of his final games at the club, but it didn't really go to plan in the first half. We were down 1-0, obviously, and even when it came to stuff like chances and possession, it looked like Brentford were getting the better of us. But then things turned around, and I'll leave this stream today a happy United fan.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot to complain about. I think it was 300 minutes before we'd even scored today. And then when we went in at half-time, 1-0 down, we sort of expected it to be more of the same. But they came out with an intensity that we've lacked and we've wanted as fans to see, and I'm sure Ten Hag as his manager, with ambition, directive. There was balls, people were doing things they weren't doing in the first half and the many of the games before them, and it was a sort of Manchester United performance in that second 45, Nathan, that we know they're capable of. Let's see more of it now.
Yeah, I think he must have said to them, look, we're getting in the right positions, but the quality's just not there in that final ball. Final shot, final cross, it's just not there. You know you're better than this. Guys, go out there second half and go and prove it that you're better than this team. Because the minute you turn it on, you bring the intensity up, we'll win this game. I'm sure he must have said something like that. We've gone out and we've taken a bit more care with our balls in the box. Straight away, Rashford crosses a ball round the back and Garnacho concentrates and gets a great contact on the shot, and it's 1-1. So we know we're capable of, and then we put the pressure on them and we have all the play and we go forward and look like we're going to score pretty much any attack that we have, because we're good enough to do that, but we wasn't showing that for so many games, as you say. So I'm really, really happy that we actually showed it this time.
Yeah. The second half was the sort of domination of a Manchester United team that you expect against Brentford, you expect at Old Trafford. And you make the reference there to Garnacho and Rashford. Now, both of them were guilty in the first half, Rashford, of not getting balls into the box. And we're talking about like that's why Højlund was struggling to get goals. And Garnacho was being a little bit toothless and maybe greedy with some of his shots because he couldn't find the back of the net. But they both managed to click together in the second half, and that was a sort of representation of the 11 that went out. A special shout for me, man of the match, was De Ligt. That was a Warriors performance for me. I thought it was really good. Didn't put a foot wrong all day. Joe, any standout performances for you?
I think obviously we were watching stuff in the first half. There was frustration that the creativity wasn't necessarily there for United, or when we did get the ball, we weren't making the right choices with it. Garnacho coming a little bit of criticism from us during the half time. But when we headed into the second half, and there was a little bit more. The passing and the play, it looked a little bit more like they were making the most of the crosses into the box, and ultimately that leads to the goal. Garnacho with a brilliant finish. You could criticise some of his choices in the first half, and he didn't have the best shots on goal in that first 45 minutes, but what a finish from Garnacho. He's still a young footballer, isn't he? Because he's been part of our first team for a while now, we put the pressures of a first team United player on him, whereas realistically, what is he, 21, 22 still, and he's finding his footing as a professional footballer. So those mistakes are going to come, and I'm just glad that Højlund's on the score sheet, because if he's going to be our number 9 this year, if he's going to be our top goal scorer, it's going to have to start coming sooner rather than later. Because when Xerxes came on, there were glimpses of what he's good at, but that isn't scoring goals, unfortunately. So Højlund is the man. So yeah, it was good to see two attacking Garnacho and Højlund getting on the score sheet, and I'm just a happy United fan, because 3 points at Old Trafford is what we needed. Some people in the comments wanted us to get beat today, and there's some United fans who'll be upset that we got beat today, but what are you playing at? Enjoy your Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, for many weekends, United have ruined people's weekend, you know, of late. So, you know, you've got to celebrate it while you've got it. Who's your man of the match, would you say, Nathan?
I'm going with De Ligt and Casemiro and Garnacho. They're our 3 best players today. I think Casemiro really done well in that kind of position. I don't even know where he played, but I do know he was high up the field, pressing, winning the ball back, first time balls round the corner, first time balls out wide. He was doing what I remember seeing him when he first came, first season. I really liked that from him. De Ligt, like you say, we defended really well as a team at the back. We didn't look like we're gonna concede in the second half, especially. First half a little bit, but second half, especially De Ligt as well. He's cut his head open from that header, from that knee to his head. He's just gone on and been the defender that we know he can be. He was sometimes one-on-one, defended well, cut off balls from coming in the box. So he's done really well. Casemiro's done well. And the thing is with Garnacho, as you're saying as well, he's a young boy. He doesn't really care about pressure. That's the good thing about him. He'll keep going, keep running, keep getting in behind, keep getting shots, keep getting at players. He doesn't care. I'll take 10 if I need to score. And that's what, you know what? I'd rather someone do that where the chances are there and you're taking a lot, because one day it's going to click and you get 4 goals in one game.
What's it like then, Nathan, when you got two completely, as a former professional footballer, you've got two completely halves. You've got the first half where the manager wouldn't be too happy. I know the goal came right at the end of the first half extra time. And now you can all go in and it wasn't necessarily it was a world-class United performance, but you got 3 points. What is conversations like in the dressing room right now? Are coaches coming in, congratulating you? Are you analysing everything you've just done on the pitch?
No, I think the analysation comes probably on a debrief, a couple of days, maybe Monday or something, have a day off and then come back Monday. Then they'll get, the guys behind the scenes to get everything together and be able to present it clearly to them, exactly what they've done well, what they didn't do well, what they got to work on, what changed the game for us, the intensity, all that stuff is going to be probably on a Monday. But the main thing is that the boys, man, they picked it up and they did what they had to do. And that's what really matters. At the end of the day, 3 points is what you need. And that's what we've been missing. All these games, we've been playing well and not scoring. Getting chances, not scoring. Losing the game or drawing the game. And then today, it's a proper second half. Is a proper nice feeling about the win. It's not just the win and we played crap. We actually played well second half.
We deserved the 3 points, really, because, outside of the Brentford's goal, there wasn't really much in terms. I think Onana made 1 save in the first half, so it's not like they deserved a win or anything. But our performance in the second half, it just it showed the confidence, and given the context of everything that's happened recently with the Spurs result, the dour 0-0 at Villa, losing the lead at Porto, everything that's gone around Ten Hag's sort of position. It'd have been easier for the lads to come out in the second half and drop their heads and continue, but they didn't. They showed the confidence and willingness and belief. And I can only speak for myself, but I imagine you two are the same. It's the frustration in fans is that you know how good Garnacho or a Rashford, you know what they can do. We just want to be able to see it on a regular basis. The question for me is, you've come out second half, 1-0 down, put that performance on. I want to know why you didn't do that from the first minute. That's the frustration.
Consistency, intensity just isn't our thing, is it?
No, but intensity-wise, we should be able to do that for 90 minutes. Yeah. But remember, like I say, Garnacho, if he's going to have 10 shots, how many of them are going to hit the keeper? How many of them are going to scuff? How many of them are going to be really nice? If you really looked at his last 10 shots before this, and you looked at and you ticked off the box which ones they fit into, it's pretty much what you're going to see from Garnacho at the moment. He's a work in progress in terms of his finishing. If he can get to the training ground and work on being very consistent with those finishing and decision making, that's what happened with Giggs at the beginning. Giggs came and was like, he's not the best crosser, blah, blah, blah. Then he ended up getting better with his crossing. So Garnacho has got all the ingredients to be that player, but he's going to be erratic maybe, or not as efficient as you want him to be. That's just going to be the case.
That's okay to put it at Garnacho's feet, and yes, he did have a second, but there are mature players in the pitch that should know, and there's no really excuse to not have that intensity from the beginning. There should be a bit more professionalism, I think.
Well, let's look at the future now, because obviously you win, Man United win. We got a game midweek, Fenerbahce, and that is 2 big games, you would have said, for Ten Hag. What does this do for him going forward now? Does this halt anything if he gets beat to Fenerbahce? Does that sort of get him back on the back burner? What happens now after this win?
Well, for Fenerbahce away against Jose Mourinho, who I think would love to win this game more than most of us that he's going to do this season, going up against Amrabat and Fred, and it's never going to be an easy place to go to. I think it gives him a little bit of leeway to drop points. I don't think a loss would probably hurt him a lot, but if he was to draw over there, given today's win, it's a little bit easier to take. But now we've got these 7 games that a lot of people have said in between the international break, is that Ten Hag a foundation to save his job now, and every game now for me is got to be like if he's not getting 3 points, the performance needs to be completely
like
there.
second half, doesn't it? It has to be there. I think I could see in the first half like the last pass, like we said, the last shot wasn't great. It's like rushed, and there wasn't any intelligence in it. If you get what I mean, let me hit the defender. First man straight away. Let me shoot from the worst angle. Keeper's going to save it easily. Yeah. You've got to have a bit more inventiveness in them areas. And I think that's what we took care of in the second half. And I think this one game is a win, which will take the pressure off. Ten Hag's going to sleep well today. He's going to sleep well up until Thursday, sorry. And then in that game, the team have to put a performance on. As simple as that. And then he's either going to sleep bad again every day, or he's going to sleep. Every single win from now is going to make him sleep better. And then it's going to take the pressure off. But the minute you start losing against teams you're not supposed to lose to, it'll be straight back on again.
Yeah,
I think it's easier to turn the pressure on than it is going for him to take the pressure off at the moment. But his performances and form in Europe isn't great, so watch his space. But
watch this space.
We do, but we played well second half, and you're only as good as your last game, and that was. Compared to previous, really good.
We can only enjoy. I mean, in the next 4 games, Fenerbahce, West Ham away, and then we've got the EFL Cup. We've got a home game against Leicester City. So you get progression there, and then it's a tricky one. Next Premier League Old Trafford game is against Chelsea.
Okay.
So where might we be in them 4 games? I have no idea. Are we in a better off position in the Europa League? Hopefully. Are we in the next round of the quarterfinals of the EFL Cup? Maybe. Are we beating Chelsea at Old Trafford?
Maybe.
Who knows? I mean, you can only take positives from this going forward.
Yeah.
I expect to see United win them games, get to the Chelsea game, and then let's see what happens. Like, if we can win that game there, we could draw or win that game, and it wouldn't be a problem if we'd won the next games. We should beat West Ham. They've just been battered.
Yeah.
And we should beat Fenerbahce or draw, let's say. Even if we drew against Fenerbahce, beat West Ham, we should beat Leicester.
Yeah.
And we should set us up into the Chelsea game. No one would be having no qualms if that's what happened. But anything less than that, there's a joke.
There is a clear divide between United fans right now, because you can see most of it in this chat here, between the ones that are happy with today's performance and the ones that are saying that you're getting a little bit too giddy. It's Brentford. This manager is still a problem. And we do have this divide. It will take games and wins for that to hopefully go away.
That's justified, though, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's justified.
I think people have been critical, I'm speaking myself, because there's not enough evidence to be positive about. And I'm positive today because I've saw something for 45 minutes that gives me sort of, I'm moving forward. But United are like the Forrest Gump of football, box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get.
You never know. Never know. Wonderful. Right. Yeah. I enjoyed that today. I loved it.
It's good, isn't it?
You need your mustard top next time, Nathan.
So give me the memo next time. Let me know next time. Bloody hell.
Scotty, thank you for today.
It's all right. But thank you.
I'm glad we won.
I am as well, yeah. And you made a brew?
I did make you a brew.
You made a brew?
From our own and nobody else's coffee supply. Nathan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Scotty, I've been Joe McGrath. Thank you very much for watching Stretford Paddock. See you in a bit.